Welcome to how to do the PCV hoses and valve on your 1991 Toyota pickup or a Toyota pickup with a 22RE engine. Let's get into what you'll need. Well, first of all, you'll need the two PCV hoses which go in the engine. These two I got off Rock Auto, the new flexible. That's what they look like. And this PCV valve is genuine, if it focuses, Toyota. And this was off of the 22reperformance.com. So yep, that's where I got that. So let's pop the hood. There she is in all her glory. If you're wondering where your PCV hoses are, there'll be one coming in from the throttle body right here, and then there'll be a back one, a little harder to see, this one, which goes into the back of the intake, and this is where your PCV valve is. So let's start off with the front one because it'll be a little easier. What you'll need to do is just squeeze in this tabs, move it up, and depending on where this one is, might have to spin it, and then you'll just squeeze it, move it out, then just pull up, and it helps if you spin this one on the way out. Put your old one down and grab your new one. Should look about the same. Then you'll just take these things, squeeze them, pull them off, and put them onto this new one. And if it seems to be too big, you can just pull these off and actually squeeze them outwards. It's a little hard to do one-handed until they're small enough. And you may be wondering, why replace your PCV hoses? Well, I repainted my valve cover, and the old one had a crack in it. So it started to leak all over my new valve cover paint, so I didn't appreciate that, so I bought new ones. And your PCV valve can go bad after a while. I'm not entirely sure, but you can look up on a video on how to do that. Also, just check around, make sure there's no hard nicks or scratches that could damage your new hose. And then you can just slide the new one on. And then put down the clamp. And there you go, you've changed your first PCV hose. And so now let's move to that back one. There's a little more stuff, but it's pretty simple. Start off by just grabbing it, taking it off just like the old one, and popping it off. Back one's a little more difficult to get to, but you can disconnect your cold start injector, which is located right here. Kind of move the wire out of the way, and then get down there a little bit easier. This one might be better with pliers, but got it off. And you can just fish it out, and then get your new PCV valve. And now with that PCV valve, I think the easiest way is just going to be, since this one's the old one, man, that's in there. Okay, got it. That's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna grab some vice grips. Okay. What on earth? Okay. Finally! Looks, that was in there. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, rookie mistake. This is metal. The little rubber thing went down in, so I hope I can get it back out. You could probably want needle nose pliers. It finally came out in pieces, but it's out, and It's out. That's a success. So when I repainted this valve cover, I wasn't able to get the PCV valve out, and so I have a little paint up here on the edge, which that's the, well, I can show you. So that edge, this needs to go over, because it goes in like this. This little edge needs to go over, so I'm gonna take a little bit of sandpaper and just sand around this so it gets a better seat for it. Okay, I got a little more sanded, which you won't have to do this step because your valve cover probably won't have this paint on it. But I got it sanded, and then it was, I think, 60 grit, and so I'm gonna get a little smoother grit so it's not so rough, and then yeah, that'll be that. Got it all sanded, it's all smooth, and if it wasn't already clear, put a little piece of paper towel to keep any debris from going into your valve cover. But now just take your PCV valve and the little boot, and just push down. Make sure it's all seated in there. And you can even, this was oily enough, but you could even put a little oil on the inside to help it slip on. So now that you've got your PCV valve on, now you can just take the secondary hose right here, and then I'm just gonna slide it right back through here. There's a little kind of gap in the wires, and right on there. And it'll be a little newer, so it might be a little more difficult to get on, but it should be pretty easy. And after a little bit of waddling, I got it back on connected, and just make sure to plug back in your cold start injector. And you could make it a little easier by taking off this hose that goes to the brake, but I didn't, but you totally can. Take this off a little bit, push this right on there, make sure there's a good seat. Then just take this down, and it has this, which you can connect to the top. And look at that. You just did the PCV valve and PCV hoses on your Toyota pickup. And so just fire her up, make sure she runs, and then that's it. Ah, the sweet hum of a Toyota. Well, look at that, she runs just nice and dandy. That's at least 15 horsepower right there, baby. I just love when my $22 sticker comes with parts, don't you? And make sure to properly dispose of this stuff. I'm just kidding. Can't throw this stuff away out here. Properly dispose of your garbage, people. Keep nature nice. It was very nice of 22RE Performance to send candy. It will be used.